Hello, my name's Jason and welcome to another episode of me painting. Today we've got a white canvas up and I've covered it with a very thin, even coat of liquid white over the entire canvas and using some big brush strokes, just spreaded it out a bit. If you're interested in some more information on how to put liquid white on, there'll be a video link in the description below. Well, let's get started. I'm going to do a wintry scene today. So let's get a little bit of Prussian Blue on the brush. I'm still using my dirty brush. Got some liquid white on it, that's okay. And let's get a bit of black and a bit of blue. Just tap. Just tap and starting maybe in this top corner using little X's. I'll start bringing some blue sky down. And it picks up the liquid white and gets lighter towards the horizon automatically. Okay, and maybe just tapping the bristles. That's so you don't get any blobs on your brush, which you don't want. If you get some like blobs on, you've got to blend them out. And I want this to be easy for you. So just using little X's. And just put in a happy little sky. Right, and maybe some bit of water down the bottom here. And I'll just do some straight strokes. Maybe it's got like a really cold river down here. Okay, now let's put a little bit more colour in the sky. Let's get a bit of this VanDyke Brown, maybe a little bit of dark Sienna. So I'm not using very many colours today, just keeping it brown, blue, black. Keep it wintry. I'll just use a little bit of this brown, put it in the sky. And where the brown and blue mix, it'll go a little grey. And then maybe we'll use a bit of white just to lighten a few areas up. We'll just see how it looks. Just go with it. Not too worried, just sort of seeing what happens. Okay, and then use a clean, dry 2-inch brush. I just put the dirty brush down. Something I find makes it easier for you is to have more than one brush. So you could use like one brush for lights and one brush for darks, and then you're not always cleaning your brushes. So I'm just using little X's again, just mixing this up, just blending, and then go all the way across, get brush strokes out. Okay, and then go across this water area, and that'll do. And we'll just put in some little highlights, just using the 1-inch brush now, just pulling down into some white, into some titanium white, and then let's have a look. Let's put in this little cloud there, just tiny little circles. We'll just put in the indication of one there, and maybe you can see the highlights of one sort of here, wherever. And using the clean dry brush, corner of the brush, just mix that up. We're just stirring it up with little strokes. Just stirring it up and then lift up. Just make this cloud wispy. Just lift up and then go all the way across. And the reason this works is because the paints I'm using the Bob Ross paints. They're very dry. You find if you're using traditional paints, when you do this lift up bit, your paint will just mix together. And maybe there should be another one there. This is just one way of doing clouds. There's more ways, of course. Maybe there's one in here. Maybe we just tap in some white. Whatever we like. We can just turn those into wispy areas there. Just blend this one out. Corner of the brush. You can use the smaller brush if you want. 1 inch. Or the 2 inch brush, it's up to you. Maybe, I feel like maybe there should be another one there. Put in another one and then we'll move on. Tiny little circles, tiny little circles. And then sort of make it flat at the base. Also, something to remember is when you're doing your clouds, you have to imagine that they're coming across here as well. Coming across away from the canvas, because you're just doing a snapshot of one area. And you don't want everything in this area. Like, well, something I used to do when I first started is I'd put all my clouds in the middle and it'd look a bit unnatural. But again, it's up to you. Okay, we'll leave that as our sky today. Nice easy one. Right, I'm using the knife, and we'll get some of this VanDyke Brown, and some Midnight Black. So we've just got brown and black, VanDyke Brown, Midnight Black, and let's put in, just cut across. If you go right in on that, cut across, you get a little roll of paint, and let's have a look. Let's put in some mountain, maybe there. We'll just push in pretty hard. We'll create our mountain shape. Maybe there's a bit that comes over there and then down, and then scrape off the excess paint. Cut across, little roll, and then maybe there's some there as well. Just wherever we want a mountain. That's where it will be. Just scrape off the excess paint to make it easier for you when you're pulling it down. You can create the shape of the mountain, and also it makes it easier for putting highlights in because you haven't got as much paint on there. Okay, let's use the 1 inch brush to pull this down. It's not a huge mountain, it's only a small one, so just pulling it down. Of course, this does two things. It not only helps you in creating your shape of the mountain, but it also removes excess paint to make it easier for your next layer. As you can see, you can start deciding which mountain's in front of which. Maybe this one's in front of that one. Just pull it down. And then you've got the misty base at the bottom. Okay. Maybe that one's in front of that one. Okay, let's highlight some of these. Let's use the old detail knife. I'm a fan of the detail knife. I've said that in a few episodes. You can get in those areas a little bit harder. So I'm getting some white and I'm putting it in with some dark sienna and some the VanDyke Brown and Midnight Black mix, and just let it go marbly like this. And then cut across, a little roll of paint just like before. And then we can start putting in some highlights on here. So no pressure, and we're just dragging it out. Same idea as the big knife. Just put in little highlights here and there. Maybe there's some here. And for the shadow side, maybe I'll just use my dark colour. Let's just get a bit of that dark colour and just do that one there. So I've got a bit of the dark and just, maybe I'll just use a dark. Still letting it break so you get all the little detail. Then I'll just clean that up a little bit. Okay, let's work on this one. This one we said's in front, so we'll bring that in front. Just light pressure. Let's get this bit of dark and just push it in. Maybe there's a dark area here. Just have a look at your mountain. See where the lay of the land is and just go with it. Just go with it. You don't have to copy. You can create your own mountains. Create your own worlds. Let's sort of bring this together a little bit. Okay, let's get some of this dark. Let's push it into there and bring that down. No pressure, no pressure. A bit more of the highlight colour. Let's bring that across there. Let's bring that bit together. We can do that. We can do anything we want. Cut across or roll the paint. And I've got this one to do now. Let's bring that. Maybe it goes along like this and then goes down. So you make your choices. Have it the way you want. Okay. Maybe a little dark that goes down there. Maybe there's a bit of dark in there. You can make decisions. Maybe you want like a dark bit, then just put it in. And then another layer, what I can do, just wiping my knife, and get a little bit more white, put it over here, make a lighter brown. Maybe we can put some little sparkles, so it's just a marbly white and brown, more white in. And maybe there's bits of snow still on a few of these areas, just very lightly. Just put an indication of those in. There's a bit there. Not too much though. Don't overdo it. Just a little bit here and there. Just light pressure. Light pressure, maybe here. There's more on that bit. Maybe on here. So no pressure there. Following the angles though, always watching the angles, following them. Okay. Maybe feel like there should be a bit that sort of comes out there. Just change that a little bit. Let's get a bit of that light colour and just change it. There we go. But these are quite far off anyway. Using the cleanish, dry 2-inch brush. Let's just tap the base of these. Very lightly, just tap. Following the angles. Send these mountains a bit further away, and then lift up, lightly lift up. Okay, I'll do for some distant mountains. Let's put some trees in there. Let's get the number 3 fan brush. Let's get some Prussian Blue, blue and black. Black and blue. I'm going to just load both sides. Let's get a bit of white. Just make a lighter one. There we go. So it's just black and blue and titanium white. And let's start putting in a row of trees. So I'm just touching and pulling down. Touching and pulling down. And make these trees cold. I'm using the blue. So I'm just touching and pulling down. Get some more colour. Do them all different heights. All different heights. You can go into some darker colour as well. Put a few. You can do an instant 2 layers there, just by changing the colour a little bit. Let's get some more colour. So you load quite a lot of paint on your brush, so then you get the point of it, the point of the brush. Let's bring these all the way over. Maybe we'll bring them all the way over to about there. Get some more colour. Okay. Just like that over there, I can just go into a bit more dark and then put in a few darker ones, just to give it a little extra depth. It's a little trick. Okay. That'll do, and then back to our sort of clean dry 2-inch brush, and tap the base. And that just mists it up, creates our mist. But you need a strong easel for this bit, otherwise you could knock your canvas off. And there was many a times when I first started painting, I was holding the canvas while doing it, and then I invested in this easel, and I've been okay ever since. Straighten that off again. And then we've got our whole row of trees already in there. Now let's put in a couple of bigger ones. Just feel like there should be a bigger tree there. Let's just put one in, and just doing a little line, and then corner of the brush, just touch, and go down. Looks like there should be a tree there. Maybe there's another one here. Little line, and then corner of the brush. And down. And yeah, why not? Let's have one there as well. These are fun to do. Okay, let's start bringing some land in here. Let's get that brush we used with some white on. Let's grab some of this white, and let's bring some snow down here. Maybe there's some snow there as well. Let's just pull this down. Bring some snow out. Okay. Take that off there. It's, sort of just pulling it down, and then let's get a bit more of the white and just put some on there, and then we can pull this down in front. If you find it sticks a little bit like that just did, get a bit of the liquid white, make it a bit thinner, and then you can pull it out. A bit on there as well. Okay. A bit more of the white, just some of that snow there. Just grabbing some bits more just to add some snowy highlights, just to create the angle. And then what you can do, just to stop this harsh edge, you can pull a little bit of it up into the blue that's already there, and it sort of vanishes a little bit, and also you can get the effect of tree trunks. Okay, I can pull that down again very lightly. Okay. Right, what we got here, we've got some water. Looks like a big tree there. Let's work on our water first. Let's just get a bit more of this blue. And let's start pulling some blue down in here. Decide where our water's going to be. Just pull down and then go across. Give it that watery effect. And then using my knife, just wiped my knife, get some of the liquid white on the palette, tiny bit of blue, just mix it together and then cut across, and you get the paint on the top of the knife. So you cut across like that and it's on the top. And then coming in here we can start cutting in and creating some water lines. Just going, thinking straight thoughts. Going straight. I use the bottom of my canvas and then sort of reach up and put some little ripples in there. Maybe there's a little couple here in there. Okay, right, let's start putting a big tree in there. Let's get the 2-inch brush. Let's go into some blue, brown, black. Just go all this dark. All this dark. Let's get a bit of dark sienna as well. All the dark, pulling in one direction, turn over, and let's have a tree. Let's have one there. Big tree. I'm just touching. Take some more of this dark. We can bring that all the way down to there. And the other side. The other side, let's have one. Let's have one that sort of just pokes out there. And there. Maybe this tree's here. We can't see it. So let's highlight these. So, actually before we highlight them, let's put in some little tree trunks. I'm using the liner brush, brand new liner brush as well. Very exciting. Dip into a little bit of paint thinner. And we'll go into this dark sienna. It's always exciting when you get a new brush. So get into some dark sienna. And let's put in some little twigs and branches. I can't really see those on camera. So I'll go into a bit more white so you can see it better. Okay, let's go again. Now it's better. A bit more. So it's paint thinner and some white, and then you're twisting your bristles, and back up, and just having a look at your tree and putting in little branches and trunks where you think they should be. It's up to you. It's your tree. Have a look at nature. Copy what's in nature. Have a look on the internet. Plenty of pictures of trees. And just try and bring it into your picture. Or maybe you've already got a picture of trees that you want to use. You can do that. Maybe on that side as well. Let's put in a few branches. Do them as thick or as thin as you want. It's up to you. You can put in as many in as you want as well. Depends how much time you've got. I don't want to spend too much time putting branches in because you'll get bored. I'll show you a few. Just want to show you how to do it so then you can do pictures that are better. You can spend more time on it and really go into the detail. Right, let's put some highlights on here. Let's use a 1-inch brush now. A 1-inch brush. Dipping it into some liquid white. So I've got liquid white on the end of my brush, and then we'll go into some of this white. It's titanium white, and I'm pulling in one direction, like this. And then you'll get a little bush shape on your palette, and you get one of those on your brush, and then you turn it over so the rounded part of the brush is at the top, and then very lightly just come in and touch and push up, touch and push up. And if it doesn't stick, you need to go get a little bit more of the paint. But make sure you leave some of these dark areas, as the dark areas make the light show, so you want to keep some of those. It's very easy to start enjoying yourself and it's working and suddenly you cover up all the dark, but then you lose all the light then, because you need both. Okay, let's do some there, very lightly, so it's light pressure. Put in all these little highlights and work in layers as well. Work in layers, leave your dark in between the layers and it'll work for you. Let's get a bit more of the liquid white and let's work on the other side. So pulling in one direction again, one direction, turn over, and let's just above the dark, let's put in some little highlights there. Okay, what we need in here, we could do with a bit of snow, so let's just pull that out, just to give it some snow there. Easy as that. Right, and then you can get the knife, and you can scrape in some little sticks and twigs, wherever you like. Either using the point like that, or you can do it using it like that. Just remove a few of these, maybe a couple in that dark area there. It's up to you, wherever you want. Okay, let's have a look. What can we do? Let's it would be fun to add a little bit of brown, on the fan. Maybe there's a couple of rocks in the water there. Just a little bit of brown. Maybe there's one there as well. And then we can put, just wiping that on the paper towel, and we can just pull a little bit of that down. Pull a little bit down. And then with a clean brush, just using the filbert brush here, go across, very lightly, just go across, and then we can go back to our knife and use a little bit of that liquid white on the top of the knife, and then we can start. We can just put a little bit of a water line there, just to give the indication of a few rocks in the water. Well, that gives you a few ideas. Right, let's bit paint thinner. Paint thinner on the brush. Let's go into some bright red. Bright red. Make it as thin as ink. Thin as ink. If you're having problems signing your name, you need your paint to be thinner. It needs to be as thin as ink, because you need that paint to be thinner than what's on there for it to stick. So let's put a little J, B, and a little bird. So thanks very much for watching this painting. It's something a little bit wintry, and it's fun to do. So I'll see you again at another one. Cheers.